Something is attacking inside the mystic jungle. Silver is fighting him, or it, or whatever. Just hurry!
Guys, it's him!
I'm looking forward to a second round with this guy.
My god, who could it be? It's Infinite, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Anyway, welcome back to Sonic Forces with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. And we're going to Mystic Jungle, which is a level that I actually do somewhat like if it didn't fall to the Sonic Forces curse. Because it actually looks pretty good. It has a actually decent section towards the end. True, it is still on autopilot, but it does have a section where Sonic nearly gets eaten by a literal snake. Seriously. Another thing, what could have been here. And I actually like the idea of this. It reminds me a bit of a cross between Starlight Carnival and Casino Night Zone. Again, more on that later with classic Sonic. But yeah, the design in 2D does remind me of that. So yeah, I do like this level actually. I'd like it even more if it didn't fall to the Sonic Forces curse, as I'll call it throughout this thing. And maybe a bit of Aquarium Park with these platforms. Seriously. I've been through Sonic Colors enough times to know what Aquarium Park aesthetics look like. That was very similar. So yeah. If there's anything I don't like, it is Sonic barreling through countless... I can't even call them egg pawns because they're not orange. Maybe grey egg pawns would be a good thing to say. Which is weird because there are badniks in this game. You can see a buzz bomber directly above me there. Seriously. So there are actually badniks in this game. Compared to the usual Eggman enemies, but yeah. Also there's a red ring up there. Again, oh, one down there as well. As I say, red rings unlock the thing. You can also only carry a maximum of 100 rings. Keep in mind that there are no lives in this game. Yes, apparently that's not been a thing since the thing, because I mean even Sonic Lost World had lives and Infinite continues. Yes, I'm aware I did say Infinite, but forget it. There's also, I believe, a section where we go down a water slide. Ah, here it is. Yeah, and actually no, maybe I'm thinking of just no, I'm thinking of either the Avatar or Shadow, and we'll get to him a bit later. I am going to cover episode Shadow, by the way. But I had to re-record the PS4 version for that, so you'll note it when I do episode Shadow. With that being said, apparently the grey egg paws are doing friendly fire. What the hell are these guys? They look like they seem to be egg launchers, but running the wrong way. Seriously. Has Eggman not learned a thing from Sonic Unleashed? Anyway, here's the section with the giant snake here. Do it wrong, he'll eat you for dinner. Seriously. And Sonic eating the snake is a literal thing. That reminds me so much of the Dick cartoons, especially Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Seriously, Sonic literally got eaten by a python in one of the episodes. I think it was Lovesick Sonic. And then he literally beats it down. I'm surprised Roger Craig Smith didn't say Sonic was fast food or something. Anyway, that being said, let's actually get to Infinite himself.
This wasn't part of my agenda, but I'm always happy to crush a hero. It keeps the rabble in line, shows them that there is no hope.
Does anyone but you believe your lies? Huh. Time to tag out, Silver. I got it from here.
Well, look who's back from the dead. The little blue savior. But what's that I smell? You reek of fear. Glad to see I left an impression.
That's not fear. I ran all the way over here. And you haven't left an impression. I don't know anything about you, not even your name.
You may call me Infinite in the brief moments that remain to you.
Oh, great. See, Infinite? Now we're getting to know each other. So, what's your favorite color? Do you like long, romantic walks on the beach? What's the source of your power? You can skip the first 2 questions if you like.
The source of my power is none of your concern.
Sorry, but you've just got to share the secret of your power with me. I insist.
Your insistence is futile.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa! Sonic, you okay?
Weird thing about Infinite, throughout the game, we don't allude to his origin story. It actually, like with Silver's appearance, is based off a comic. Yes, apparently, believe it or not, Infinite was an actual furry, little furry, a member of the Jackal Squad, and Eggman hired them to pretty much take out Shadow, and we'll get to his power source in a moment, but for now, let's get to the fight against Infinite. Basically, it is an on-rails battle, and we have to keep homing attacking him. Meanwhile, Infinite will use his mysterious powers in order to send various obstacles at us, such as this weird cyber-looking shit. Seriously. So yeah. But honestly, this is a fairly easy boss fight. The one thing I will give this is the one thing that has stuck in my head from fighting Infinite is his boss theme. Seriously. And I don't mean his main thing, which is even better. You only heard it like for a short period in that cutscene before we fought him. Seriously. It doesn't play any other place in the game, which is a shame. It's actually quite badass. A shame because so much of Sonic Force's soundtrack is forgettable in my opinion. But no, Infinite's main theme, vocal theme, and his boss theme is pretty good. And yeah, the main reason I am not talking about the attack is that this is just basically me spamming the homing attacks. Seriously. Another thing of note, I do like his voice actor. Liam O'Brien is always a win. Always a win.
I will teach you to hold that tongue next time. You can count on it.
Which is a shame because it's such a one-note villain, seriously. Even with his backstory being part of the Jackal Squad and everything.
Well, you've improved since the last time, but you will still lose. As I predicted, you're not even worth the effort to finish off.
I gotta figure out the secret of his power.
I failed Sonic. Well, I mean this world Sonic, and Eggman's monster got him. But you're here now. It's like the world needs a Sonic, any Sonic, to keep things in balance. If we defeat Eggman, this war will be over. And if we can figure out the secret to his power, maybe we can get you home. Hey, the sensor is picking up Eggman. Let's hurry.
We're back to classic Sonic, it seems, in Green Hill. Yeah, I wish this was Generations as well, but it's not. So we're having to stick with the terrible physics of his rather weighty jump against a... I died to a Mortobug of all things! A freaking Mortobug! Anyway, yeah, Sonic's physics are not great. I've already said that. His jump feels like he's carrying a few extra pounds. Another thing of note, another track that is stuck from the, dare I say, the soundtrack is Green Hill's song. It's not the classic Green Hill track, Well, that would involve paying even more royalties to Masato Nakamura, so I don't think Tomoya Otani will do that. No, instead we get a weird amalgamation of some Mega Drive beats and borrowing from Splash Hill. Seriously. Not one of the best songs in the soundtrack in my opinion, but certainly noteworthy for being an earworm, I will give it that. Well, that and the upcoming boss fight against Dr. Eggman. That one actually is an earworm, and oh boy, we'll get to that. But yeah, and here I am actually trying to rev up the spin dash here. Keep in mind that, like I mentioned previously when we were escaping the city, literally, also, before I go on, the invincibility music for Classic Sonic is, I guess a Mega Drive-ish rendition of the main theme, Fist Bump, which is weird. I'd much rather listen to the actual Fist Bump. You did kind of hear it as well as we were double boosting through the pyramid stage in the last episode. So yeah, but I honestly prefer the vocal version to this rather short one, and especially the double boost version. It's actually good for getting pumped up. It's weird that it's sung by Douglas Robb, the main singer of Hoobastank, who, correct me if I'm wrong, but their biggest hit was The Reason, which, honestly, not one of my favourite rock ballads. Anyway, that being said, yeah. Here's where I should have really used the drop dash. Though the drop dash is very hard to execute in this game. Not that I did it much during Mania, but yeah. And as soon as it's begun, it's over. Seriously. I still see Classic Sonic was just shoehorned in here.
And with that, the disposal of the Phantom Ruby prototypes is complete.
It was a defective model. It could only record the DNA of the one that triggered it.
Only a being with my strength of will could ever activate it.
It doesn't matter now with the lab locked down in Mystic Jungle. Which reminds me, didn't you run into Sonic there after he escaped?
Yes, but he was powerless against me. There is no need for concern.
You let the hedgehog live? That is a great source of concern.
For you, perhaps. He has beaten you for decades, yet I defeated him in our first encounter.
Phantom Ruby prototypes? And Sonic is alive?
What is it?
Nothing. We move forward with the plan.
Of course! When it's complete, the resistance will be erased. The world will be nothing but ashes, from which a glorious Eggman Empire will rise.
And the resistance will yield to the Phantom Ruby's power. All will submit.
What? You! I don't have time for this.
So we fight Dr. Eggman with Classic Sonic, and this is a boss fought in two phases. Firstly, this is a recreation of the Green Hill boss, although this time, instead of a wrecking ball, it's a buzzsaw. So yeah, and you can damage Eggman as many times as you want, although I did die. So yeah, so the first half, nothing too hard. Seriously, even though I died, so a freaking buzzsaw. But yeah, the other thing of note, the boss fight music actually does stick in your head. Even though the instruments aren't great, it does stick in your head, seriously. Likewise with Sonic 1, you can hide under the platforms until, of course, the thing is. And then, Eggman has a plan B here. He brings back the Egg Dragoon. Seriously, maybe this is the prototype Mark III, who knows. But, with his prototype Mark III, he'll machine gun you, firstly. And then he'll send out a bunch of wrecking balls, seriously, which will actually explode. Though you have to find it, and then send it back at him. So yeah, again, nothing too hard with Eggman. So yeah. If you die here, however, I believe you do start from the first phase. So yeah. I believe the wrecking balls do stick around though. If you don't get hit by the debris from Green Hill, then what will happen is that you will take damage basically, so yeah. And apparently Eggman has spiral power. Who knew? Seriously. His drill is the drill that will kill Sonic, seemingly. Well, that being said, yeah. I do like the by the way, before I go on, yeah, the glowing red thingies on his wings. That is the power of the Phantom Ruby. Again, this game is meant to tie in with Sonic Mania, and it does a rather poor job of doing so, in my opinion. Not least because of how, with classic Sonic, obviously, just being so out of place in this game. But also with, dare I say, the application of Infinite as a villain, as I've mentioned. I am not kidding when I say he's just a one-note villain and everything, despite his interesting backstory being a mercenary of all things, even though the main game does not really allude to that immediately. But yeah, anyway, down goes the Egg Dragoon. I swear, Eggman's getting it easier to hit him. At least give me a challenge like in Unleashed! Anyway, that being said, let's go on to the next bit, I guess.
Yeah! We did it!
Look at you, fighting like you've got a chance to win. It's adorable. Almost makes me feel bad that we're never going to do this little dance again. In just 3 short days, my plan will eliminate the bothersome lot of you.
Wait, 3 days? And what plan?
If I told you, it wouldn't be a surprise. You know what they say, the anticipation of the end is worse than the end itself. Maybe not in this case, though.